What's the
Yeah.
word, y'all? You know who it is,
Wow.
man. You know who it is. It's your boy Lil Derek. We got Les. We got Reed. It's the Auto Squabble podcast. And we are now on
Podcast
episode 4
4.
officially. Episode 4, the Four Horsemen, man. But let's get straight into action, man. We had it was a wild day one for Monday Night Raw.
Yes,
Let's
it
just
was.
say the least. It was a very crazy moment when the champion that was rumored to be there, the former WWE champion, was revealed to be
Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
Don't hinder the Jinder.
Shout out Jinder.
Shout out Jinder Mahal.
Shout out to Jinder Mahal, man. But in even bigger news, Jinder Mahal, he cut a decent promo,
Yeah, he
honestly.
Decent.
But he was
Decent.
cut off
That shit
by...
was hard as fuck.
Alright, man. You not from where I'm from, man. When I say decent, that means very good. You know what I'm saying? That means very good, G. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying it was like, alright. It was a very good promo. Let me get it for the people that don't understand what I mean by decent. It was a very exceptional promo.
It was good.
But he was cut off by the great one, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and The Rock laid a question out to the fans and asked us, should he sit at the head of the table? Now, that question has a tons of everybody running around thinking like, when will we be getting The Rock versus Roman Reigns if we are gonna get that matchup? So I guess that'll be the best way to start this conversation off, guys. Like, if we're gonna have this matchup between The Rock and Roman Reigns, when should we get it? Should it be at Elimination Chamber? Should it be at Royal Rumble? Should it be at WrestleMania? Can it wait? What y'all think?
It's got to be at the Chamber.
Yeah, there's 70K seats at, I think it's Optus Arena, Optus Stadium. That's a main level like attendance. So I can see it happening in Elimination.
It better happen at Elimination, cause we know what's gotta happen at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia at Allegiant Stadium.
Paul Heyman turns on Roman Reigns. EC dub. Nah, I'm playing, bro. I think.
Now wait.
I think.
I'm stupid.
Wait.
Nah. WrestleMania 40's in Lincoln, right? Lincoln Financial.
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan. I don't even know the stadium, bro. I think it's ED Financial. Yeah,
it's gotta happen.
But yeah, one thing you could do, and I think nobody's really talking about it, is you could really have Cody win the Universal WWE Heavyweight Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber if you want to do Rock versus Roman at Mania. You really could, to be honest.
What's the point?
He don't need. Does Cody have to finish the story at Mania?
It doesn't have to be at Mania, but the issue is the World Heavyweight Champion, like the Seth Rollins World Heavyweight Champion, that was only created because Roman Reigns only shows up once every 4 months, and Raw needed a world title, somebody to be there. So you're gonna have Cody have a little complimentary title. That's just like a slap in the face. You might as well just have.
He was saying to have him.
Oh, you talk about Roman?
He was saying to have Cody win at Elimination Chamber against Roman Reigns. But the interesting thing that I saw a lot of people doing around was Randy Orton winning at Raw. I would not be opposed to that, but it's not going to happen. Let's just
I understand though.
Roman Reigns is going to be Randy Orton is going to be another notch on Roman Reigns' belt. The Rock is going to be another notch on Roman Reigns' belt. Wherever that match happens, Roman Reigns is going to win. If it happens at Elimination Chamber, Roman's going to win. If it happens at WrestleMania, my thing is, I agree with you guys. It's pretty much got to happen at Elimination Chamber. Cody doesn't have to finish the story. I feel like at WrestleMania, he doesn't have to. But I also don't think that you have him do it in another country either. personally. I just feel like if they're gonna have that changing of the guards, it's best to do that moment at WrestleMania, honestly. Because to me, that'll be the official, like, okay, Cody Rhodes is the baby face of the company. While Roman Reigns is still there, I think Roman would still be the face of the company overall. But Cody Rhodes is gonna be the next John Cena, more or less, for WWE. It seems like that's the role that the fans are putting him in and everything like that. So, but I wouldn't be opposed to him winning at Elimination Chamber. I also don't think that, because right now the question is, who does Roman Reigns fight at Elimination Chamber?
Well,
The Rock.
That is, if it's not gonna be The Rock, you know what I'm saying? Maybe AJ
I
Styles,
think
but
I think at Royal Rumble they're gonna definitely do the Fatal 4-Way. That's what I'm
Well,
thinking.
I mean,
The
it would be
Randy,
dope.
you think that?
Yeah.
I think so. Cause I mean they've already kind of been teasing it.
So you think some crazy gonna happen in that triple threat match on Friday? You think it's some wild's gonna happen to where they just put all three guys in a match against Roman Reigns?
Something's gotta, right? There's gotta be some, like Nick Aldis getting pissed off at let's say Solo or Jimmy, and he's like, you know what, Romans, fuck you. At Royal Rumble, it's gonna be a Fatal 4-Way,
And he'll still win.
and he'll still win.
Yes. Listen, I will not.
I mean, because AJ and LA Knight gonna be fighting against each other anyway, so then it's just about getting
I
Randy
won't be
out.
opposed to him beating all of them, but if they do interference, please, for the love of God, do something different. Please do something different with that, because we all know it's gonna happen. Probably, he's not gonna win clean. If he does,
Oh, it's no doubt about it. They gonna, even if they aren't the reason that he wins, like they're running out. That's just like a stipulation in a Roman Reigns match. Like they had the rest of the bloodline have to run out at least once.
yeah. And we all know he's main event.
I think the theory that one of you guys had texted in the group chat. What if at Elimination Chamber, or actually no, I think I seen it on Twitter. What if at Elimination Chamber, The Rock goes over Roman and dismantles a whole bloodline? So therefore, at Mania with Cody, the Roman Reigns has no bloodline at all. There's none of that. He's by himself. I thought it was a good idea.
The Rock don't need to beat Roman Reigns at all. I think that's a terrible idea. The Rock should not beat Roman Reigns, man.
I'm 50-50.
No. This ain't the John Cena situation where you have John Cena lose and then The Rock comes back a year later to put John Cena over. This isn't that situation.
That was stupid.
This is a situation where
he thought he was.
Honestly, it worked. It worked. It worked in my opinion. I think it was a good idea personally back then though. But that was at a time where you were able to get that commitment from The Rock. You're not gonna get a commitment from The Rock to say I'm gonna be back a year later. You're not getting that with him right now, man. Movies are just now starting back filming and things like that. The strike is over with. He just made the UFL with the USFL and the XFL joining together. Like The Rock is very, very busy. I know he's going to be well compensated for his time with the WWE if he does choose to be here, but that's why I think it's Elimination Chamber, because I don't even see him being around till WrestleMania.
But
this was the first day of January. February is Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Top of April is WrestleMania. Is he going to be free for multiple appearances over the next 4 months? But this is
what I was saying about. What I was thinking about that theory is, one, I don't think Roman is going to be taking 2 losses in a row, especially because I feel like it's a slap in the face to the whole reign. He did not lose in a singles match for this long. Just for him to lose 2 single matches in a row, that's a slap in the face, 1. And 2, we were talking about on text in the group chat how Rock would have to make some appearances, like what Derek was just saying, especially leading up to the match. But The Rock only appears when they're in California. because it's right there from LA, right there from the movie studios, right there from what The Rock is doing. So I don't know what they're gonna do. If it's gonna be like
That's
a John Cena thing where The Rock shows up on the screen just for a little 5 minutes, I don't know what they're gonna do.
that's why they should have done it last year, low key.
Because you're not gonna have Roman there every week
Yeah.
either.
Man,
And
The problem isn't WWE wanting to do it. The problem is The Rock
yes,
and his
yes,
schedule.
but
literally.
not only
So
that,
it's like,
but yeah, like what you were saying with the schedule, but does he have an ample amount of time to be in the gym, be at the performance center, be in the ring training? He did what? He did a little Irish whip, he did a spine buster and a people's elbow. He was gassed. He cut that promo, he said,
he was.
I'm hungry.
Bro,
You have a place for me to eat? Where should I sit?
bro,
A booth? The head of the table.
bro, he's like 50.
Yeah,
Calm the
I
fuck
don't know.
down, bro. He's like 50,
Okay, but
bro.
Sting is damn near 60.
And he's gassed too. Stop. You see the last pay-per-view?
But he's still putting on matches consistently.
He's in the ring for like 2 minutes, maybe.
Well, that's better than the fucking. You expect
The Rock not coming back for it.
you expect us to watch a 2-minute match between Roman and Rock?
Most people would not give a fuck. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to see
I
it.
give a fuck.
Look, this is the thing too. This is why John Cena first matches were all tag
Of
team
course.
matches. You were there,
Yes.
Reed. You saw the dark match in St. Louis. Tag team match. Didn't have to do much. Then you get to the LA Knight match. Tag match. Don't got to do much. Had one singles match against Solo. Was able to kind of... Solo really carried the match,
Of course.
just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Cena had his few moves, but Solo carried the match for the most part. And now Roman can carry the match, but the pace of that match is going to be so
It has to
methodical.
be.
Unless The Rock is in some type of... Like, Roman's matches are already methodical, but at the end of the day, The Rock and Roman kind of need to be in a duke it out situation multiple times in that match.
Yes.
Like, Roman also has a hell of a lot of endurance, man. He kicks it up as the match goes on. He starts off with a slow pace, picks it up, slows it down, picks it up, slows it down. So The Rock will have his resting points in that match. But at the same time, I just don't see The Rock being in shape right now.
Well,
like you said, Les, I agree. I don't think he's in shape. I don't think that he can deliver the type of match that he wants to deliver as well. Because I think The Rock...
You did bring up a very, very good point about when Cena came back, his matches were tag matches, then he had the solo match. The Rock, when he had came back, WrestleMania 27 was that appearance. Then there was WrestleMania 28 and then 29. But leading up to that, he had that match with Cena at Survivor Series. It was a tag match.
What about that match with Punk?
Yeah.
But didn't the match with Punk happen after that?
Hey, speaking of that, bro, you think
that was on the second run?
Because Dwayne gonna get a main event maybe at WrestleMania.
That's why I'm like, they can't do it, man. They really can't do it. If it was Vince, I think Vince would be just like, fuck it. It's the Rock. You know what I'm saying? But I think Triple H understands the amount of star power that is there consistently. True. And you can't say F you to Cody or CM Punk, in my opinion. No. You can't say F you to them. You can't say F you to LA Knight. Like, that'd be a big F you to each and every one of them.
Yeah.
That could possibly have gotten the moment of facing Roman Reigns, whether they win or lose at WrestleMania. And then you give it to The Rock.
Man.
It would just... I think it would deflate that locker room just a little bit.
Course.
Like, I think people would understand it's The Rock. But same time, like, the amount of work that all of these guys have put in over the last year to get over is crazy. Like I said, the LA Knights, the Gunthers, you could make an argument for Gunther dropping right before Royal Rumble and then winning the Royal Rumble. He was a guy that definitely was talked about early on in the year. Then you got a guy like Damian Priest, who is the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. Like,
and people like,
if The Rock wins, that's
my fault, bro. I
go
was
ahead, go
saying
ahead.
like people like Cody. I thought when Cody had lost to Roman, I was like, damn, bro. Now the fans are gonna turn on him. How is he gonna keep it up for a year?
You were
How
one
is
of
he gonna
those.
blah blah blah? But I'm so fucking surprised. I fucking love it. There's still like the woes are still getting louder. They're getting stronger.
Yes,
Um, but man, that match gotta happen.
has to. It needs to be a. You want to know what it needs to be, bro? It needs to be a last man. No, he needs to get. He needs a pin.
No,
He needs to get pinned. My bad. I thought I was cooking, but I wasn't. Let me
I'd
stop.
rather see a damn bull
Yeah,
rope
Roman
match.
still gotta get pinned in singles competition.
Mm.
The speak
That'd be interesting. That'd be
over,
interesting
bro.
as well.
Day one with Nia Jax, Becky. I don't know what they're cooking, cause
See, I thought it was an okay match,
it was, but the
but
outcome didn't make sense.
I did not fuck with that.
Yeah,
It did from a couple standpoints for me personally. I think that one, you want to give Becky and Nia another matchup against each
Yeah.
other, and I think what makes the most sense is Becky going over Nia in like a hardcore match or something like that, something where she can really like kind of get her revenge. Because now again, it's like, I got you again. I bust your mouth this time. I bust your nose last time. Like, it's just adding some lore to that rivalry. I feel like and it's not a loss that hurts Becky at all. Becky has been putting people over all year.
Yeah.
Honestly, well, all last year she was putting people over majorly. So this is just another one of those where you allow her to put her over, and then possibly even you probably get Rhea versus Nia at
yeah.
Royal Rumble is what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
No, let's keep it clean. Why? Why would I want to watch that?
But it's a
What? What's wrong
hey,
with it?
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Because I'm not
I'm not hating.
I got a lot of respect for
Yeah,
Nia Jax, but I'm not a fan of her work to be honest. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Like respect.
I
Like
feel you on
respect.
that, but it does. It's just also another. The only reason to have that match is just to put another legitimate threat up against Rhea, because look, now she's beat Becky, so now she has some big wins under her belt since she's been back. She's had some big moments and moments to make her look
Okay.
strong. So her versus Rhea 1-on-1 is just another. It's another placeholder. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like, Rhea has to have
Okay.
placeholders before she gets to the inevitable WrestleMania match, which I think is gonna be either against Becky or Liv Morgan. I'm not opposed to Becky being the one to face her at WrestleMania. It seems like her and Bianca at WrestleMania
That's the. That,
is maybe a year or two away. That's what I thought we
Mhm.
were gonna get, but with how everything's transpired, Liv hasn't got a chance to get her shot at
Right.
Rhea. That story writes itself from Rhea turning on Liv to become this new end boss type of
Full
woman.
circle.
you, hey,
So
you think
I'm trying to be optimistic about Nia Jax. Let's put
you,
it that way. I'm trying to be
you think
No,
Liv
optimistic.
but
Morgan?
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be
You think Liv
optimistic.
Morgan go smoke Rhea?
I hope she does it. I hope she wins because
I, I don't know, bro.
Me
I
too.
think Rhea should retain low key unless she's facing like a Bianca. I'm gonna be dead honest.
because I feel like
Well,
I feel like
what about Jade? You haven't seen Jade. We don't know what she's about to do.
She gonna
I
come in
feel
the
like she's
Royal
gonna come
Rumble.
in that
She
Royal
not gonna
Rumble.
win.
Well,
She gonna come in the Royal Rumble. She gonna dominate. She gonna dominate while she's in.
I say
But I don't even know if
wait till
she.
SummerSlam.
I don't know if she even has a match at WrestleMania. Honestly, I think she still chills for a
you
minute.
think
But
Triple
even
H court card WrestleMania like he was planning on doing?
Possibly.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
WrestleMania. I
possibly.
back it regardless.
that's true. But
Yeah.
like somebody like Jade, I'd rather WWE Triple H just take their time with her because we know that Jade could be a star. They're already
Yep.
treating her like a star, but there's
Yep.
no reason There's no reason to ruin that magic just by just trying to get her on the card. Let's
Yep.
take our time with it.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, Royal Rumble appearance. If she's ready, come February, March, shoot for it. She could face Nia Jax. You know, again, if you'd say probably not a match that I necessarily want to see, but a match where Jade would get to look like the beast that she is when she inevitably picks
And
up Nia
especially if she
Jax, throws her around. You know what I'm
He
saying?
cleanly picks her.
You know, it's kind of like hey, if she gets her up there and Nia doesn't like flop her body weight down on Jade, hey, it'll be a
she better
big
not
moment.
sandbag her.
So you know what I'm saying? That's another reason to kind of make Nia look strong, because you need her. You need to use her to put other women over. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can't, as much as we may not be fans of her work, she has to be a monster. She has to get wins over some of the better wrestlers, simply because when they do beat her, now it looks like an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I was never a Braun Strowman fan, but I understood that Braun Strowman had to look like a beast. So when someone beats him, it means something significant.
But
so that's my last piece on Nia
you know
Jax,
what?
though.
It's the same exact way that Brock Lesnar had came in. He had beat Undertaker, and then I believe like the same year, that's when he beat the shit out of Cena with the 16 suplexes.
No, are you
Or was
thinking
that
about
like two?
his
Was that
second
2
return?
years? I'm talking about when Brock had came. Not the first time when he faced Cena. I'm talking about when he came back, and it was like 2-minute fucking squash matches, and then he beats Undertaker. Like, I understand that point of making Nia Jax so strong that when it comes time for somebody like a Cody Rhodes or somebody like Jade in this scenario, when they beat her, they're the person, they're the guy, the girl. So I understand that.
I think it's the exact opposite person. I think Rhea's the one that should be the force to be reckoned. Like Nia Jax, yeah, she's doing her part. I'm gonna say this. I'll give her
I hope
flowers.
she is.
She's doing her part. I will say that. Not a
Mm.
really big fan of her work, but I'm not gonna sit here and bash her because we don't do that here. Like, only person
Nah,
we bash is Tony Khan. That later.
and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, and fuck Hulk Hogan. All my homies hate
But
Hulk Hogan.
Nia Jax had a good promo like a week or two ago,
Yeah,
and I
she's
praised the shit out of
progressing.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's progressing. I don't know why people just seem to hate her. It's like the Rich Holland thing. Like, I can't, bro. Did you? Side note: I can't believe that Shawn Michaels did that with that storyline.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
That's for another time. We shouldn't, for like Nia and like the riches of the world, we shouldn't be sitting here, especially if we're not wrestlers ourselves. We shouldn't be sitting here criticizing like certain things that are out of their control. Some of it was in their control, but a lot of it is not. It's just by the grace of God most times.
Right.
So I'm not gonna sit here and bash her the whole time. I agree with what Derek said. Like, she does have to look like a monster. She has to look like the boogeyman of the division. Even though Rhea technically is, you have the like Ivy Nile yesterday, who I
That
rock
was
with
a
her
really good
performance.
match.
Yeah, like it didn't make Rhea look any bit less stronger, but it also made Ivy Nile look really good. So
Yeah, that's
for
what
not
I'm saying.
to do the same thing with Becky, even though we all know Becky's a star, she's not the monster type figure like Nia Jax is. So to make Becky look like that really helped push forth like something Tony Khan needs to learn. Your women's division, you have to have certain people in your women's division for it to work. And I think yesterday was a move in the right direction because Triple H knows what he's doing. I'm gonna just say that. But
yeah,
I gotta agree with you. Triple H definitely knows what he's doing. But I guess we can touch very quickly on if Tony Khan knows what he's doing, since you talked about it a little bit right there, Reed. Let's talk about the big news surrounding AEW. The bigger positive news surrounding AEW. We may get into some negative things later on, but positively speaking, at first we heard that there were talks, and then those talks ended, and then some more talks started, and then those talks ended. But now, once again, Mercedes Mone is being linked to AEW. Last time she was really linked to them was around the
Yep.
All In time. We know a lot has happened since then. But now, once again, the rumors are that Mercedes Moné is expected to sign with AEW. Now, as a Mercedes Moné fan myself, I'll dive straight in. I consider myself a Mercedes Moné
Yes,
fan,
sir.
honestly. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I mean, if you know me, you know Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. I love her, and I feel very, very.
We know.
Last year I felt excited about the possibility of her appearing in AEW. I felt a
Yeah.
little excited. Even around All In time, I felt a little excited. But with this news coming out yesterday, I feel indifferent. Honestly, I just don't see it. I don't see it working.
I
I don't right now. I have high hopes for it. Of course, I know the star that Mercedes Moné is. Despite those on the internet that may say otherwise, I know the
yeah, they're
draw
dumb
that
as hell.
she is, the
They're dumb
mainstream
as hell.
appeal, that she has. It's a lot of people that
They just
just
hate.
are
Yep.
idiots and just
Yup.
say things online and they hate on people for no reason. We know how that goes, so that is what it is. But I do think that AEW needs her. I've been saying that since she became a free agent officially, that AEW should throw however much money she is requesting, they should throw that and maybe add 10% extra just for her coming to AEW. I think she would be the biggest star that AEW has currently, if she does sign with AEW. So if Tony Khan straps the company to her back and treats her the way that she deserves to be treated, which is just as good as, if not better than, each and every one of your male
Yep.
stars, then I'm happy for her. If that is not going to be the case, and Tony Khan continues to treat the women division the way that he has,
0 out. That's all I got to say.
which
0.
they, I'm gonna be highly upset about it, because I know they're gonna try to offer a long
And
contract,
a lot of
and I don't
money.
want to see her wasting away her prime years. I don't want to see her wasting away her prime years in AEW. I would rather her continue her world tour
Yup.
and continue the independence to go work. And of course, AEW will let her work in Mexico and Japan and everything like that. She'd have a great working relationship with, and still be able to work in Japan, Mexico, and things like that. But I just don't. Right now, I don't see Tony Khan treating her the way that she deserves to be treated. But
Nope.
again, I hope that is the
Well,
case if she does sign. But right now, I would rather her
this is
stay
how I
put.
categorize this whole Mercedes Monet thing. Don't do it unless it's worth it. We know how they treat the women. Absolutely, we can talk about what we're going to talk about in a little bit, and I'm going to let my boy Les go off on this because he's got the scoop. But the media scrum, just from that, let alone, she's one of the biggest stars in wrestling, damn near pro wrestling in the last 10 years. Probably the biggest women's wrestler, other not named Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. You can even throw Bayley in there, but Bayley's more surface level. Um,
Mm-hmm.
They got talent in AEW. They got Julia Hart. They got Sky Blue. They got Chris Statlander. They got Willow Nightingale. They got Tony Storm. I know some people don't like her, but Rio. They got Sheeta. Who else they got? I hate to say it, but they got Soraya, and people love her. Like, they have pieces. They just don't use them, and it's so annoying, bro. It is so annoying. Like, I just want to
I
look at
agree.
him with that goofy ass hat he has on, the sunglasses at the media scrum, and just fucking give him a straight up. I'm not trying to say I should for legal reasons, but you just want to like get sense into this man that your women's division is strong right now. You have to use them. We don't always need 6-man tag matches on a random pay-per-view that no one cares about. Literally no one. Just wasting time to put Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander on 0 hour.
Yeah,
Why?
nah. Nah.
Why?
Nah. That was that
That
was
makes sense.
incredibly fucked up.
Yes.
And that was a fire match. That was a very, very good
Yeah.
match. I found
Two of the
myself
best.
watching that match and I'm like and it's
Yeah.
essentially the pre-show, the kickoff show. And then I'm watching the entire show
I mean, if we look back,
No.
go
Say
ahead, go
what you were
ahead,
saying. Say what you was. No.
go
You
ahead.
good.
My
You
bad.
good. You good. Talk.
I mean, if you even look back to like Jade Cargill's historic
Mm.
reign, there were pay-per-views that Jade Cargill didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
match on.
But that's
That was that was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me
right.
last year,
Well, what?
Nah. Yeah.
personally, with AEW.
Wait, what was it?
Jade Cargill not having matches at pay-per-views. There were like two pay-per-views during the like end of 2022 to the beginning of 2023 time
Yeah.
span that Jade Cargill did not have a match at a pay-per-view. And you only have four, you're only doing four pay-per-views anyways. Five if you count Forbidden Door, you know what I'm saying, at that time. Then they brought back All In. So, you know, they're adding more pay-per-views now, but you only had four pay-per-views
Right.
at the time. So how is your champion, who you're supposed to be building up as an ultimate end boss? She's won over 100 matches in a row. How do you have a pay-per-view where she doesn't have a match? It
Yeah.
doesn't make
See,
sense.
and
I
And if I see that happening to Mercedes, it's gonna be an Andrade Miro
yes.
situation where everyone is gonna be calling for Mercedes to be
mm-hmm.
released. Like she and if WWE is any testament to it, she not scared to walk
No.
out. So Tony Khan,
She
hey,
walked out on man, bro.
under
But that's why.
she walked out on Vince. You know she gonna
Yeah.
walk out on Tony, like
But
with no
that's why
issue.
I hope that, regardless of where she decides to go, what she decides to do, I just hope she makes the right decision for her,
Yep.
because Tony Khan could offer a lot of
Ultimately.
money. Same thing like WWE, they could offer a lot of years, lock her in a contract. But at the end of the day, if she's not gonna get what she wants, then what's the point? Because she left WWE and she was a star in WWE. Don't get me wrong. She was a tag team title holder with Naomi. So you can't yeah,
At
at
the
the
time
time,
of
and
leaving.
she still left. So you can't sit like people sit here and say, "Oh, well, she's not a star. She doesn't need this." People were comparing um the star power of somebody like CM Punk to the star power of somebody like Mercedes. But you can't do that either. And then another thing I wanted to speak on real quick was Jade. When Jade was in AEW, she went undefeated over 100 matches, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But
She did the
it felt so unimportant to the eyes of somebody like Tony Khan. Notice how Jade has not even had a single match in WWE, but the aura that she has surrounding, like the little promos, the little appearances, people going crazy. She's gonna be a fucking star, and that's what I had to say about that.
Yep.
I gotta agree with you. Man. But to wrap it all up, I do think that you what you said is perfectly right, Les. You know, if Mercedes is happy, that's the ultimate goal for all of the wrestlers. That whether they're going to WWE, leaving WWE, going to AEW, you know, because there's a lot of this is happening now, and it's gonna be more in this
Mm-hmm.
upcoming year. A lot of contracts up in 2024. We got guys like Andrade who are officially a free agent. QT Marshall coming from the AEW side. You know, other contracts rumored to be ended. And God is not on the roster anymore. If you look online, MJF, you know, but we
That's
know
the
that's
word.
probably a work. We
Definitely.
may dive into that later. But ultimately, we want the wrestlers to be happy because they make us happy. They
Yep.
entertain us. So everybody just go into a situation where you're happy, where you're paid what you feel like you deserve to be getting paid, where you get to work the schedule that you want to work. uh and I think everything is going to work out, like you said, if it's ultimately a situation where Mercedes is going to be happy. But with that, we're going to wrap up this part of episode 4. Part 2 gonna be coming up real
Yes,
soon,
sir.
y'all. If y'all ain't seen it already, it may be out, it may not be out, depending on when you're watching this episode.